So a lot of guys, when they're trying to make a change in their physique, is they're going to spend a lot of time on the internet researching the strategies and methods of how to build that physique that they want. They're going to be researching, what are the best exercises that I should be doing? How many calories should I be eating? What is protein synthesis? And, how should I actually go about doing it? But I'm telling you, the one and most important skill that you need to learn before any of that comes into play, you just need to learn the skill of discipline. Because if you don't have discipline, you can learn all this stuff and none of it will matter. Now, in case you don't know who I am, I'm Neal. I made the transformation from being the really unfit, skinny kid to now having a lot more muscle. And I make videos like this so I can help other guys to transform their physique a lot faster than I was able to. Essentially, discipline is just a skill of doing the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. So, first thing is when it comes to doing the habits or just the things that you need to do to build a good physique, like doing the workouts, make sure that you're tracking your calories, eating the right foods, and all that stuff. Depending on where you are, it's going to be really uncomfortable for you to do it. For me, when I was starting out, I was a really skinny guy. I just was really uncomfortable eating a lot of food because, my appetite just wasn't there. I didn't really like doing workouts because it just tired me and I was fatigued and sore all the time. But the thing is, when I use the skill of discipline, when I just did those hard things, even though they were uncomfortable for me, eventually they just became easier. And this is the thing that a lot of people don't talk about. And I think it's the reason why a lot of people just end up quitting on making a transformation in their physique because, it's really hard in the beginning, whatever. But the thing is, it becomes way easier. People will give me compliments of how disciplined I am, just being able to work out as often as I do. But the thing is, it's not even hard for me. And I'm not saying that to brag, but I'm saying this because think of when you were back in, school and learning some simple thing like not multiplication, addition, and say you were just learning things like 1 + 1, 1 + 2, things like that. At first, you can imagine when you're younger, it's kind of uncomfortable. You don't really know what's happening because, you're just looking at these random symbols that we call numbers and you're like, what am I really doing? But eventually you learn the skill of simple addition. And you've practiced it so much over your lifetime where now I can ask you the question, okay, what's 2 + 2? And immediately the answer 4 just comes to your head. Now, the question is, was that hard for you? Was that difficult? Did you actually have to use a lot of effort and discipline to come up with the answer 4? Probably not. It probably was just second nature to you. It just came up to you semi-automatically, And that's the thing when it comes to doing the workouts and just all the things that you need to build the good physique that you want. When you use discipline, when you do the hard things, especially when you don't feel like it, you make it easier to do those things later in the future. Now for me, working out, which used to be this really hard and gruesome process, which I just didn't really like, now it's just become second nature to me because I've done it so many times and it's now uncomfortable for me not to do workouts or eating healthy. I used to eat a lot of junk food, snacks and candies or whatever. But now that I've actually spent so much time just eating a clean diet and whatever, now it's actually difficult for me to eat those junkier foods and I'll feel fucking sick eating things like that when, before healthy foods used to be disgusting to me or whatever. The point that I'm trying to make though is that if you can develop the skill of discipline and just do the hard things right now, yes, it's going to suck right now, but eventually it's going to become way easier and eventually it'll become second nature to do the workouts, track your calories, get good sleep and whatever it takes that you need to build the physique that you want. Just do the hard stuff now and eventually you're going to thank yourself later because the truth is it doesn't stay hard. That sounds so weird. Pause. It's not going to be hard the whole time. It's just in the beginning stages where it's the most difficult. And this is the area where most people end up dropping out and quitting. But if you can just stick with it for a while, keep going, keep your discipline, keep doing the work while it's hard, eventually it becomes way easier and, getting results, progressing in your physique becomes a lot easier and faster. So yeah, just want you to keep that in mind. Use the skill of discipline. That's going to help you a lot in your journey. And remember, if you want things to change for the better, it starts with you. Peace out.